Evening, gang. Here we are again. It's been a long time, hasn't it? Welcome to another live Sunday night chat show. It's Sunday the 9th of November, and I know it's the 9th of November because at dinner time today, you know how you get like... I've been buying a few ready meals recently for some reason, and I usually do the whole thing myself, and it's the Marks and Spencer's effect, to be honest. You know, I can't believe how much I've spent at Marks and Spencer's in 2 visits. The first time it was 51 quid, 2 bags of shopping. I think that was on Wednesday this week. Just happened to go, I thought I'd get a few bits from Marks and Spencer's. You know, £51 later, 2 bags, right? A couple of ready meals in there. Ready-made potato all mashed up in the plastic. Ready-made vegetables to go in the microwave for 2 minutes. That sort of thing, right? And 51 quid. And I was going back to my bike because I generally cycle into town. I've got a lovely electric bike. And I thought, you know, if I'd have gone to Aldi, like where I normally go, obviously they don't do those sort of meals. Not the whole thing in, you know. And I thought that would have cost me 17 quid for 2 bags of shopping, if that. You know how it is. So that was on Tuesday or Wednesday. And they do these 3 Italian things for like 10 quid. Which I think are quite good value for money, like spaghetti, ravioli, lasagna, that sort of thing. They do 3 for £10. I've got 3 of those, and a few other bits and pieces, and shoved it all in the freezer. And today I went to church in the morning, came out of there, and we had a Remembrance Sunday thing outside the church. Where my church is, it's right in the middle of the town centre. So on Remembrance Day, at the front of it, we've got a little mini, not cenotaph, what do you call it? Mini war memorial thing. You know, a little plaque with people that have died and that sort of thing. This is in Bracknell, where I live in Berkshire. And they do this once a year. And all these scouts come, and RAF boys, and army boys, really, and young people, you know, young, little people, all in their little Cubs uniforms, and the girl guides, and all that. And they all gather there, and there's a bloke with bagpipes, and all this business. So that always happens at the front of the church at 11 o'clock. So for 10:30 Mass, at 11 o'clock, we break. And some people, you can choose to go right outside and stand on sort of where the top of the church is, and you know, watch from over there. We're lucky that we're over and above all the goings on down there, and it's quite a nice thing, you know. And there's people playing drums and all that business. It's great. So we had that, and then after that, then I thought I'd just do a little bit more shopping, a little top-up shopping. Oh, just down the road, what's there? Marks and Spencer's again. Another 31 quid. You know, 2 bags of shopping again, to be fair, but there weren't so many ready meals this time. It was other stuff. Bad stuff. Cakes. Biscuits. I don't know what's gone wrong with my diet at the moment. I seem to be smashing away on the cakes. In particular, the iced Madeira cake from Marks and Spencer's. I managed to get... So it's so long, you know those like angel cakes you buy, iced Madeira cakes. It's so long and so wide. I managed to get 3 portions out of that. I think that's all right, don't you? And I think it's about £4 for that whole cake. Again, you can get the whole thing from Aldi probably for about £1.50, but it isn't as nice as that. I mean, it really isn't. Or you can go to Starbucks and have a tiny little... Is it there? Can anyone see this piece of cake? Yeah, £3.25, please. Why, oh why, people buy tiny slices of cake from Starbucks is beyond me for 3.5 quid. They're supposed to be closing down. Oh, we're not making money. Surprise, surprise. Perhaps if you reduce your prices, more people are going in there, won't they? Sorry, my phone's going off there. You know, but anyway, so, and another £31 worth of shopping. Anyway, I walked back to my bike, which incidentally is double locked. 2 locks on there. You know, don't be trying to nick my bike. People are watching it. And it's outside the front of the church. You nick it from there, bolt of lightning comes out of the sky. Bye! Absolutely, yes. Anyway, thanks for your messages coming in. I'll go to those in a moment, all right? Dumped it in the bags of my bike and cycled home. Of course, I get to the fridge and I'm looking in there and I thought, oh, I've got a couple of items in there. We're coming back to the date now, right? What we started the show with, 9th of November. So I've got my stuff out there. Oh, I better have to see what dates are on there. One was the 6th of November. That was the lasagna, right? It's now the 9th. And the other one was a spaghetti, which says the 8th of November. So now what do we do? Do we eat the one that says 6th of November, or shall we dump it? Don't dump it yet. Open it up and does that smell all right? Or does it smell like that person that was walking around the supermarket earlier? Nope, it smelled all right. So in the air fryer it went for its 25 minutes or whatever it was, and it was fine. Tasted perfectly all right to me. So, don't just go throwing stuff out when it says sell by or use by. Have a sniff of it first. Your nose is your friend. Some people have got bigger noses than others, Concorde was modelled on my nose. Barry Manilow is jealous of my nose. Very jealous. By the way, any Barry Manilow fans? There's a new video coming out from him on Tuesday at, I think it's about 8 o'clock. I got a message or something on YouTube. He's got a new song called One Last Time, I think it is. And it's a beautiful song. I've been learning it for the karaoke. I was going to do it last night, actually, where I do a karaoke. But unfortunately, it was so busy, and you have to put the customers must come first. So I drop my songs and let them sing. Give someone another chance to sing anyway. So that's it, you see. 6th of November, that was all right. And I might have the spaghetti again a little bit later, either before or probably after I come back from a late night gym today, because I usually go to late night gym on a Sunday. We're at about 9:30. There's hardly anyone in there up at the Village Hotel, which is just up the road there. And that's how I know it's the 9th of November, because everything in my fridge, bar the stuff I bought today, is now out of date. Can I just recommend something in Marks and Spencer's? If you do ready meals, and I know some of you do, there's nothing wrong with it. I mean, not all the time, I wouldn't say to have them, but people are, short of time. There's a veggie casserole. Vegetable casserole in the vegetarian section. It comes with 2 little dumplings and it tastes absolutely delicious. If you ever want to try that, it's not cheap, okay? It's about £4.75. But, I mean, this is what stuff is now, isn't it? Stuff is really expensive, especially Five Guys. Anyone been to Five Guys? Ever been there yet? No girls. You don't get guys come on at you as soon as you walk in the door. I'd be there all the time, wouldn't I? You do not get Five Guys coming on to you when you walk in. It's just called Five Guys. I think it's owned by celebrities in Hollywood. I'm not quite sure of the story. Anyway, I go there twice, maybe 3 times a year maximum. I don't go to McDonald's, extremely rarely to McDonald's, because I think that's just rubbish food. I'm sure it isn't. Perhaps it isn't. But in my mind, I think, there's not a lot going on there for you. But the Five Guys one is a bit different. I like the taste of the chips with the Cajun spice on it. And it's, when I have spices, I don't know any of the lads out there with no hair like mine. Okay, if I have something that's really spicy, the top of my head starts sweating profusely. Does that happen to you? I think occasionally there's some people in the pub whose arms are sweating like that. I think to myself, maybe they've had a curry before they come out or something like that. There's certain breaths which aren't very nice. There's a coffee breath. Oh, please stand back. Please stand back. All right. Yeah, so I like the Cajun spiced chips, and the milkshakes are really good in Five Guys. They are, without any doubt in my mind, the best milkshakes you can get. So you have that, and I'll have they call it a veggie sandwich. It's a mushroom burger. And you can watch them doing it. It's fairly quick in there. There's a lot of staff who are clearly very well trained. They're always reasonably happy in there. Very efficient. I will say that. You're not short of staff in there. There's a lot of them, generally youngsters in there, and that's fine. If you like peanuts, you can go and help yourself to peanuts, unless you've got a nut allergy, and I would advise against it. Or have your hypodermic syringe, or everything, or you put it in your leg, don't you, or something like that. one of those syringes, didn't you, or something? You know, if you have an adverse reaction to nuts, whole hazelnuts. Ooh, Cadbury's take them and they cover them with chocolate. I know some people don't do nuts, do they? So you can help yourself to peanuts in there if you want to take peanuts away. I don't know anyone that's ever done that. Mind you, I've got squirrels. Oh, don't feed the squirrels. Don't ever feed the squirrels because you won't get rid of them. I had them in the loft once. Oh, I was lucky that my wires and pipes were not chewed. Managed to get them in the end, but it wasn't easy. If you've ever had squirrels in the loft, I know what you've gone through, believe me. So 5, guys. So I'll have that. And on my last visit was just a couple of weeks ago, to be honest. Well, I've got the receipt here. There you go. Look at that. Veg sandwich with cheese. Now that is basically 2 bits of bread, some chopped up mushrooms, some chopped up onions, and a bit of cheese on top, and the other bit of bread on the top. Chips. These are normal sizes. There's nothing there that has been made bigger. And the vanilla milkshake, £6.35. So those 3 items come to just a touch under 20 quid. So, you know, now, like I said to you a moment ago, the food is lovely. It's nice in there, but it's just fast food. Is it worth £19.35? I don't think so. Just because it's nice doesn't mean it's worth it. I mean, you're not in a 5-star hotel, are you? You know, you're not in a 5-star hotel for dinner or something like that. Expect to pay £200-300 each. But it's a 5-star hotel. Service, they bend over backwards. The best example I can think of an expensive meal in a 5-star hotel was a bloke I watched on YouTube called Walk with Tim. I'm sure you've seen him. He's great. He's got his little family, his missus, and he's got his little boy, Casper, isn't it? He's not always in it, Casper. And they went to this 5-star hotel in London. It might have been the Lansdowne or something beginning with L. I haven't been there anyway. I've been to a couple of 5-star hotels. Me and my mate sometimes go, you know, for a little treat. We save up a bit and then we go. Actually, we're going in December to Claridge's, which is where it's really nice there. Very, very expensive. But you save your money. You decide what you want to pay. If you want to sit there, you know, throughout the year, you know, 15, 20, 30 pounds a week on cigarettes, up to you. Or you could save the money and do something else with it. Or you drink yourself to death, you know, 5 or 6 cans of lager a night. Not judging. It's up to you, you know. Up to you. We must not judge anyone. Bottles of wine every night and all that. Up to you. Football matches, well, I mean, you know, I do feel sorry for the dads with a couple of kids, you know, take their 2 boys on to a football match, say goodbye to 500 quid. And time you've got to train from wherever you are in the world, down there, you know, have something to eat there probably, watch the match, have something to eat after, get the train back, got to be 500 quid there. So you choose what you spend your money on, don't you? Anyway, so this walk with Tim, him and his missus, they went for a dinner in this hotel. And I think they said a 2-course meal was coming out at something like £250. So that would be each. No, sorry, a 5-course meal, which actually, you know, sounded a little bit cheap to me. And then, so they're sitting there and they're clearly enjoying the food. And she's quite nice, actually. The pair of them are a nice couple, they are. They're a nice couple. And the quality of the videos that they do is excellent. It's really good. I don't know him. I gather from other YouTubers, they like to keep themselves to themselves. They don't really go out and meet other YouTubers. Some YouTubers, like my brother, my sister and brother-in-law from Butler's Empire, they like to go and meet other YouTubers and they do stuff with them, and that's fine. By the looks of it, Walk with Tim, he's just on his own, and that's fine. There's no problem with that. Not everyone wants to meet everyone. Do you know what I mean? And anyway, so they went back to the hotel room. So we'll tell you about it the next night. And you saw the meal and all that. Went back to the hotel room, and he said, "What? And the next day, it was time for them to go home, so they got the final bill. And this meal, he said, I can't tell you what had happened at the meal. He said, we booked to have the 2 5-courses meal for whatever it was, 400 or 500 quid for the 2 of them. He said, but the bill we got was nothing like it. And he had produced this bill, and it was £935, something around that figure, 935, 950, somewhere around. It was 900 and something. I think it was about 935 quid. And his wife wasn't in the scene. He was sitting on the edge of the bed talking to you. And in the background, you can hear his missus laughing her head off. And he's like, £935. And what had happened is that, yes, they'd had the meal, but the staff keep bringing them stuff over, right? Would you like some of this? Yeah, we'll have some of that. Would you like any more drinks? Oh, yeah, we'll have this. Well, all these things were extras. I mean, I would absolutely die if I paid £935 on 2 meals, wouldn't you? Let alone 20 quid at 5 Guys, as indicated on the receipt. Mind you, me and my mate were out on Wednesday. Did I upload that video? I think I've uploaded it. I must have done. We went out to the South Bank Centre in London. He's got an electric car, my mate. So we drove in there for a classical concert, Brahms and Tchaikovsky. If you've watched the video, you'll know all this already. And I didn't really know the Brahms and the Tchaikovsky. Da, 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 da. It was a fantastic night. It's like 62 years I've waited to see that played live. That's how old I am, on a stage somewhere, and it was just brilliant. Except we had a meal at Giraffes earlier. Now he bought the tickets for the show. Oh, for the concert. So I'll buy the meal. And we went to a place called Giraffes, which again is on the South Bank, and it's kind of on the same level as the river, because there's 2 levels. All right, there's like a bit like a car park, to be honest. There's the bit along the river, and there's the bit up there where the Royal Festival Hall is, and all the other bits and pieces, restaurants, other restaurants up there as well. Iguama. I know it's the name of a lizard. Name of a restaurant as well. Anyway, that's upstairs. Giraffes is downstairs. And we went in there, and I had a vegan burger and chips and a cup of tea. And he had steak and chips and a martini cocktail. Now, I don't drink. I might have a little sip here and there, a little sip of his cocktail. Delicious. He enjoyed his meal, although the bit of steak wasn't anything like a piece of steak that you'd be buying in America. You know, typical piece of English steak. You know, where is it, mate? Where is it? Can't see the steak on the plate. A bit like that. Both meals were enjoyable. The vegan thing, it was a little bit sloppy, if you see what I mean. You know, when you're eating it, it wasn't crunching. It was a little bit sloppy. But we ate all the food and it was nice, you know. Then the bill came, 75 quid. It was 70 quid. And then they want to, which tip do you want? And I thought, well, for 70 quid, you can have bleeding 5% and not 15, mate. I clicked the 5% thing. And the boy who served us, these tips on your things, I don't think they get the money. I really don't. You know, the young girl or boy who just probably are at university or something like that, you know, trying to make a little bit of money for themselves as well on the side while they're going and learning stuff to be a brain surgeon or whatever. I don't think they get the money. So I always make sure, or my mate makes sure, that we give them a fiver in that sort of place. If it's at a 5-star hotel, you know, don't be tipping people a fiver in a 5-star hotel. That's just embarrassing. £10 minimum. I was talking to my mate who knows more about these things than me. He stays in a lot of lovely hotels. I won't say who it is. He reckons 20 quid tip in a 5-star hotel. You know, someone does something, there you go. I mean, you know, not just does a little thing, you know, maybe serves you, keeps serving you in a bar, in a hotel, and then end of the night, there's 20 quid for you, mate. And then don't make a thing of it. You know, oh, look, I'm giving them 20 quid it. No. Can I just shake your hand? And you put your money in your hand there, because the people who run these businesses might not like them receiving tips. So what you and they've worked for it. Come on, they're all on minimum wage. So have that fiver, tenner, 20 quid in your hand like that. So I want to shake your hand. Thanks very much for helping us. And then you can put it in their hand, and then that will of course give you an excuse to tickle their hand as well. You know, you might get lucky. I haven't been lucky for years, but that's just how it is as you get older, isn't it? Anyway, there we are. That was our little outing, and it was a nice outing. Except the price of the giraffe, it wasn't worth 70 quid. It wasn't worth 70 quid. Doesn't matter though. It was a great night out. Anyway, that's prices of food there. Right, let's say hello to some of you. The best way to send me a message, gang, is to use my texting service up the top there. That text number you see in there in the top. Is it left to you? Is that left? Is that left to you? Top left-hand corner. Send us a text. It's just a normal text number. I'm fully aware we might have some new people with us tonight because the recorded videos have been doing quite well. So if you're brand new to these little lives, which I know are nothing like the little videos that I put out now, then welcome along. You may like it, you may not. I know it's very different to the other stuff I do. But if you are there and you're still there after 21 minutes, well done. That is an achievement on your part. All right, congratulations. But you won't know, there is a chat box, okay, where people are talking to each other. I find it very difficult to pull out my messages from the chat box because it's so busy in there with people talking to each other. So I do ask you, if you're not getting your messages read out, then please use the text number. The text number is just a normal text number, okay? It's like texting your mates, you know, oh, hello, what time are you coming round, you know? Then you wait an hour, don't you, for them to text back. Then you send them a little question mark, why haven't they texted back? It's the same as texting your mate. It's not a chargeable thing like if you were ringing, voting on The X Factor or one of those other ghastly programmes, Love Island, with the breasts and bums out all over the place. Oh no, make me feel ill. Doesn't it? You know, where's the fit lads on there? Well, I've yet to see any yet. I keep seeing these adverts, this series of Love Island, and you look at all these boys on there, these lads on there, they're just a bit fake, don't you find? There's nothing real there going on, is there? Really? So, if you want to send us a message, please use a text number. It's just a normal text number, okay? 07451 287 337. 07451 287 337. Or, down there, you can send us an email, okay? chris@chrisreardon.co.uk. If you are outside the UK, the text number won't work. You'll need to use the email. Or you can try your luck in the chat box, and I might be able to pick it up in there, all right? Patricia in Manchester has already texted in. Evening, darling. In the Granada television area, evening. Who says, hi, Chris, looking forward to the show. Well, here we are. Here we are, Patricia, and welcome along. And Maureen just joining us there as well on the text. Thanks very much for your text there, Maureen. Evening to Jason. Hello to you. Jason reckons after all my cake story there, I am a cake-gasm. A cake-gasm. Oh, you know, sometimes when you got a really, and it's that first bite, isn't it? And you're And actually, a cake-gasm I find lasts longer than an. It says that you have... oh, okay. Thank you, Jason. I don't really keep an eye on numbers, to be honest. But thank you very much for that. 5 Guys just buy their hot dogs, not burgers. So he likes the hot dogs at 5 Guys. Thank you very much. Interesting to... no, I won't say that, Jason. Do you remember what I said to you last night when I saw you? And DJ Chris was there as well. Do you remember that? Do you remember that, lovey? He says even their hot dogs are very small at 5 Guys. I wouldn't know. Are they... Presumably they don't have vegetarian hot dogs there. Anyway, Jason's son doesn't go there at all, does he? Shania's there. Good evening, Shania. She's on the Isle of Wight, where I had a lovely holiday recently with my nephew and his family. A really lovely, beautiful holiday with them all. We had such a nice time, and we did 3 videos while we were there, and it was one of those that suddenly went mad with loads of people watching it, and I was quite touched by that, and I'm so glad you enjoyed all of them. What was my favourite one there? On the model village. I liked going around that model village. Loved it. There's some more about the Isle of Wight later on, because I made 2 dire errors. One there and one just before I went, which I'll tell you about a little bit later. Shania says, hello, escaped refreshments of churches together to listen in for a bit. Are you having refreshments tonight, darling? Thank you. Good evening to Mike Rees-Ponto. Hello to you. Have we got adverts coming up? Oh, have we? Oh, okay. I'll try and... I don't know if I can turn those off now. 1 minute. You shouldn't have adverts coming up on the lives. I tried to turn those off. Let me see if I can turn them off now. It might be too late now by the time I've started. Let me have a quick look for you. Bam, bam, bam. Edit, edit, edit. I don't like adverts on the lives. It's quite annoying for people, admittedly. Edit. Oh, there we go. Off. Oh, there we are. Frequency medium. Okay, let's just off that. Done. Save. Okay, give that a few minutes, and if people are getting adverts, that should stop, all right? I'm sorry about that. I usually turn the adverts off for the live, although I know you get them on the recorded shows. All right there. Thanks for letting us know that, Mike. Much appreciated. Hello to Alan King. Hello, Alan. Welcome along to the show, Alan. Alan's just texted in. Hi, Chris. I love watching your videos, plus Butler's Empire, Gary and Stacey. Watch the video of Martin and Sharon going to Orlando. Yes. I was just watching that this morning, just before I went to church this morning. Going to Orlando, but can't wait for their premiere tonight. They're on at 8. Don't worry about that, Alan. I always make sure I finish before they start there. I've got to be honest, and they will be sitting in their blooming hotel room doing this premiere in Orlando. They might even be there now, actually, watching this. I don't know. And if I was on holiday, I wouldn't be doing that. They are quite dedicated to their channel. They really are dedicated. Every time I ring up my sister, they're doing editing on the bleeding laptop. But it's great content, isn't it? Watching them on the plane and what have you. That's the first long-haul flight they've ever been on. I think the most they've done is about 4 hours to Future Ventura. I'm sure that's the longest flight they've ever done. And they've been there several times there now, haven't they? I'm going there in January on my own. Although I think I'm meeting their friend Nina, which would be quite nice. She's offered to collect me from the airport. I don't even know her. Isn't that great? Oh, it's such a nice thing to do. She's going to meet me from the airport, apparently, and whisk me away to my plush tent somewhere. My plush tent. I've got a blow-up bed, love. I said bed. Wash your ears out, all of you. It's so wrong, some people. You really are. So thank you very much, Alan. Much love to you and the family. I hope you enjoy this, Alan. Welcome along. Hello to Zoe. Hello, Zoe. Thanks for sending your names. Once you've sent your name, you don't need to do it again because it gets, I save it on your number, okay? All right? Just a reminder, gang, that text number up there, if you want to send me a direct message, is only a normal text number. Okay? It's not a premium rate or anything like that. And I promise you, and you obviously you only have my word for it, I promise you I will never use your numbers to ring you randomly. Oh, and do heavy breathing. You won't get any of those from me, I'm afraid. Unless, of course, you pay for the premium service, and I can do that for you. Just £50. As great nephew Harry said to me the other day, because he's 12. Sometimes he does likes to do a little bit of work and earn some money. So I said to him, the other day, Zoe, I was on the phone to my nephew Gary, and I know some of you watch Gary and Stacey vlogs, and I said, because I've got a caravan where the show will be coming next week from the caravan, actually, okay, and I have a wooden veranda around my caravan. It's only old. Okay, this caravan's 30 years old. We've already had a couple of big repairs on it, which luckily my brother-in-law and my nephew can do. I'm useless at that. Absolutely useless at DIY, which is a bit concerning because there's going to be another little video out soon of me hanging a picture on the wall, and it requires a hole in the wall. Seriously, if you know me, those of you that know me well from these shows, I've been doing them for about 15 years now, will know I'm not someone that does DIY well. I have had to have people in and sort out the mess that I've created, but I'm willing to try. Always willing to try. Perhaps you'd like me to come round and help you with a small, self-contained extension on the side of your house. Let Chris Reardon have a go. All right? So I was talking to my nephew and I said, well, if he's bored, this is great nephew Harry, who was within earshot of this call, because I do FaceTimes with them almost every night, right? And the kids come on, and baby Charlie, who I love to bits, little baby Charlie. I love them all equally. Careful, Chris. We love all the children equally. I don't love one more than the other. Oof, I had to get that out. You know what they're like. And Harry was in earshot, and I said to Gary, I said, well, does he fancy putting some stain on my veranda? You know, because it's so old, and Gary's had to replace a couple of planks this year because he's gone a bit rotten. Literally, your foot is going right down. And I said, perhaps he'd like to go and stain the veranda. All you've got to do is pour that stuff on and brush it over with a brush and let it dry. And in the background, yeah, 50 quid. 50 quid he wants to do that? God, man, 50 quid. He'll only be doing it for an hour. That's the most expensive staining I've done. Well, I'm going to go out and buy a broom and do it myself. 50 quid? God, dear. Anyway, Zoe. Zoe's also in Maidenhead. You're not far at all. Oh, yes, home of Theresa May. Yes, we love her. Well, I love her. Oh, we don't do politics. I love her as a person. How's that? Is that better? Is that better? Yeah. Quite like Theresa May. She dances well, doesn't she? Like old Donald Trump. Da, 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 da. Did you see him the other day? I come across a TikTok of him dancing in front of, on the stage somewhere, and there's all these army lads and girls in their outfits, and they're all doing this. I don't know if it was AI. I think it was real. We like funny politicians like Boris. He was funny, weren't he? He was a funny bloke. Yeah. Anyway, welcome along, Zoe. I hope you're enjoying the show. Hello to the lovely Laura. Hello, Laura. Nice time. How's everything going? Okay, people won't know who you are, Laura, so I can speak to you directly. Not sure. Might have to do something about it, like walk. Yeah. I can't really say more than that at the moment. All right. Thank you, Laura. Nice to have you along, darling. Hello to Dean. Evening to Dean. All is well here, Dean. You know, we've at last got an appointment for an ultrasound on my problem area. I've had, those of you who don't know, I've had a lot of stomach problems recently, and it's been going on since May. And here we are, you know, May, June, July, August, September, October, to and from doctor, phone appointments, try this. At last we've got an ultrasound. And if nothing's to be seen there, it's a camera down the throat job, which I'm not looking forward to, but I think it's probably going to go to that. Anyway, thank you. Hello to someone finishing 894. Hello, you sexy devil. Love the show. Thank you very much. But I don't know who you are. I wouldn't say I was a sexy devil anymore. Maybe until I was about 45, I wasn't too bad. Yeah. 32 to 45 was when I was flowering. We all have our period. Some people, it happens to them really young, doesn't it? You know, like 16, 17, 18, and they're beautiful people. For me, it was much later. I was a fat git. Yeah, when I was much younger. It's just how it is. And then I went on these, like, started swimming and doing all this other stuff and managed to lose the weight. So, yeah, I was once. Not now, though. Thank you very much. Let me know who you are. Hello to Katie. She's in London, in the Thames television area. Welcome along, Katie. And, Maureen's had 2 adverts. Can I just ask you, have the adverts now stopped? I'm assuming that the adverts have now stopped. I hope they have anyway. You'll have to let me know that, darlings, all right? And Laura, well, fingers crossed. I'm not sure what to do, Laura. I'm in a bit of a quandary with that because it's been such a long time of having a good time, and then something's occurred. Something's occurred, shall we say, and that's all. All right. I'll just check the emails in case anyone's emailing. Yes, George's. Good evening to George Bond. Welcome along to the show, George. John Dixon is there. He's flying to London. First May weekend in 2026. Who are you flying with? Have you got nice seats on the plane or just the bog standard normal seats? What are you doing? Have you saved up for the nice seats on the plane? I know they're a bit dear, but, you know, if you got a bit of money to spare, or you can save up and do something like that, can't you? All right. Okie doke. I'm just going to pop into this chat box for you and read a couple of names out for you. Susan Cooper. Hello, Susan. Have you tried the little Jaffa cakes? No. I haven't got down to Lidl net yet, Susan. Believe it or not. I did this Jaffa cake test actually while I was in the Isle of Wight with my nephew's children and his missus Stacey. We were testing these different Jaffa cakes out, but they weren't real Jaffa cakes. They were like from Aldi, and we were a bit perplexed actually. How comes they were allowed to call them Jaffa cakes? Because I thought that was a brand, but it appears not either. Or it is, and they never protected the name, which was a bit of a mistake, wasn't it? But I haven't managed to try the little ones yet. Funnily enough, my George, who sings at the karaoke that I do, he bought me in 2 normal orange Jaffa cake packets last night, which I'm so glad you've mentioned Jaffa cakes. I have forgotten they were in the cupboard. So I'm happy now that they're in the cupboard for a little bit later on. Thank you, Susan. Hello to Stu. There's the other people there. Merlin's there. Hello, Merlin. Evening, Merlin. Hello to Katie. Katie, I think we've already got a little thing from her there. Roy's there. Good evening to Roy. Welcome along to Roy. And Santa Barbara Rooster. Hello to you. Right. Hello to Tommy Hanlon. Hello to Tommy. He's over there in Dublin. I still haven't got to Ireland. Can you believe that? Ridiculous. I mean, it's the closest place here. Well, other than the Isle of Wight, of course. I still haven't got to Ireland. And my nan was Orion. She was Irish. And I quite like green fields and churches and things like that. It's probably not like I think it is it, anymore? Ireland, I assume. You know, I've always felt very close to the Irish. We've always got on well with the Irish, haven't we? Always. Whenever in my life I've bumped into Irish people, we've always got on really well with those, haven't we? Okie doke. I'm just scrolling quickly here. Gary Ross, evening to you. Merlin, Starbucks cakes look so small because the coffee cups are the size of mop buckets. No, Merlin, they are small. End of. Not they look small. I bet you can get a whole one of those in your mouth, can't you? Several at the same time. I know I can. Merlin. Oh, dear. Mikey, Marks and Spencer's won't go out of business with shoppers like you. I hope not. Yeah. It looks like the adverts have stopped. Excellent, Mike Reese-Ponceau and Maureen and Zoe. Good. I'm glad the adverts have stopped. I don't like having them on the live because I'm not actually sure how it works. Whether you miss a bit of the show or it pauses it and then you have to catch up. So if, for example, I'm saying, well, what's 1 plus 1? Yeah, most of you probably say 2 at different points of the show. And if I've moved on to something else, then I often forget what the hell I was talking about a few moments ago. Is anyone else like that? I do. I forget what I was talking about. How many of you are go, oh, I must go and do this, and you leave the room. Now, what was I going to do? Does that happen to you? I don't know if that's an age thing or not. Really? Hello to Maureen Dowman. Hello to Maureen. Welcome along to the show. Lots of new people there. There we are. I'm scrolling really quickly to do all these things. Tommy, I've got to get your names anyway. King's Empire, hello to you. That's a good name, King's Empire. Five Guys is very nice, but in my opinion, the prices do seem a bit steep. We do have a Five Guys in Bracknell, which is where I live in the main town centre. I never see more than a handful of people in there. I've never been there at night. I don't go into town at night. But during the daytime, even on like a Sunday afternoon, you don't see many people in there. I think it's just overpriced. It's a shame, really, because the food's all right. It's just overpriced there. Patricia says, I'm looking very smart tonight. Thank you, Patricia. This is one of the shirts I got from Florida back a little while ago there. Yeah, Tommy, 900 quid for a meal. My bird can't run that fast. I'd have to leave her behind. At least you got one running after you, mate. There's my nephew, Gary. Hello, Gary. All right, Gary. Like I say, if you find your messages aren't getting read out, just send it in on a text, okay? Because I have to try and work out what's for me and what's for everyone else. Evening to Hiya Washer Lover. Hiya Washer Lover. Hello to you. Welcome along to the show there. Have you got your Christmas shopping done? No, but I bought myself something. If you've been watching the little videos that I do, they're done all on this. I don't have a special camera or a little. This is an iPhone 13. You know, if you've got any Gen Zs watching this evening, they'd be horrified that I'm still on an iPhone 13. And basically, when I'm doing the videos, it's a bit like this. Hello, everyone. If I'm doing filming, I'm like that. Or if I'm in a situation where there's people around, I try not to film them. It's not easy, actually. It's quite difficult to do that because some people don't like to be filmed. It's as simple as that. They don't like it. They don't like it. You know, if someone comes up, well, can you not film it? Oh, I'm very sorry. I'll put it down straight away. You know, not like some of these herberts on TikTok and YouTube. Oh, it's my right to film what I want. No, I'm not like that. I like to be considerate towards other people, you know. So there we are, filming like that. And the sound comes on the phone, okay? So I've been after getting a little microphone, which I've seen my nephew and my brother-in-law and my sister wearing, and they got these little clip-on things. And I ordered this microphone from Rode, R-O-D-E. Sorry if you're not into gadgets and things like that. This will be a bit boring. Won't be more than a couple of minutes, I promise you. And so I ordered this thing from Rode, and it said it was a USB-C connector that you need on your phone. Well, this being an iPhone 13, I think it was the last model with a lightning cable. Do I have one here? Hang on a minute. I've got headphones here with a lightning cable. I think are these lightning cables? No, it's got a jack on it, that one. I don't think I've got one here. Oh yeah, here we are. So this is a lightning cable, right? Little thing like that, okay? It plugs in there, and you do whatever. That one is for a wired microphone, actually. That one, no, it's for a pair of headphones. That one, it plugs in there like that. The microphone I was looking at, it said USB-C. I thought, oh, and then I thought, well, I wonder if they do a converter. And I'm looking around on this Rode site, and there was a cable available with it said lightning at one end, USB-C at the other. Happy days. I'll order that microphone and that cable, and that was fine. Now, the microphone itself wasn't bad at all, 80 quid, which I thought was very reasonable. I thought we'd be into the 200s with that, especially as it appears to be the market leader, Rode, R-O-D-E. I think there's another mic called DJI that my nephew was telling me about. So I've ordered this thing, and it came, and I got it out of the box, plugged this in and charged it. Fine, plugged it in and charged it. And I got this lead out, and it had a lightning plug at one end, but at the other end, it had a USB-C plug, not socket. And it needed to be a socket to plug the other thing into, which I'm going to show you the other thing in a minute, which is a receiver. So the idea would be, as I thought, you'd plug the adapter into there and the receiver, which is this thing, the receiver, into there. And happy days, and it worked. And of course, wrong lead. So I got in contact with Rode customer service, and I have to say, very, very good service. Very quick at responding. And then if you respond to that email, then they respond back to you within minutes. And I said, I think you've sent me the wrong thing. There's no thing on it. Okay, could you take a picture? Took a picture. Oh, well, it looks like we've sent you the right stuff. What phone have you got? iPhone 13. Not compatible with that. And I'm like, what? Not even with an adapter? No. You have to get the mic with the lightning thing at the end. Oh, okay. What do you suggest then? Well, if you send that back to us, I'll send you a label and we'll issue a refund. I said, okay. I said, well, I want to buy direct from you again to buy the correct one. Could you send me a link? And he sent me a link with the different ones. I actually had bought a blue one, but they didn't have blue. It was either black or white. And that's fine. I just liked the blue colour. That was fine. Okay. And I said, can I send this back and you send me another one? He said, we can do that, but that will take a bit longer because obviously you put it in a box, it goes off, it takes a while to get there, then they have to look at it to make sure it's not there and you haven't nicked any bits from it, which I know happens. Then we would send one out. He said, it's better for you to send that one. I'll arrange a refund and order another one now and pay for it again. And then the refund will come to you a couple of days afterwards. And therefore, you can have it the next day or the day after, depending on what time of the day you ordered it. So that's exactly what I did. And I ended up with a little white one. There we are. So I'm quite pleased with this. I haven't used this yet. So this is how it works. You've got your phone there. I haven't set it up yet. But that is the receiver. You can see a lightning thing on there. That plugs into the bottom of your phone there. And then you take this out. Apparently, little lights flashing on there somewhere, is it? Oh, there is a little light flashing on there. And that's flashing on there. And I think that's now paired. And then you just have that on here. And that's it. And that should improve the sound quality. And the reason I got this is because on the garden video, I was watching that back. And of course, every time you move away from the phone to do some digging, something that's not one of my favourite things to do, digging. Incidentally, I'm not planting bodies. I'm not a mass murderer. Not yet, anyway. No one has upset me enough yet for me to want to actually murder them. It may happen in the future. It might have happened recently. Okay? You know how it is. I just want to point that out. And I noticed how my voice just almost disappeared as I moved away. And that's why I got it. And when I watch other people's YouTube videos, this is how you learn things. And you see most of them have got some sort of little device there. And then you can move, right across the other side of the garden and get the thing in there. So there's a new little Christmas present. So who was it said about Christmas presents? Someone said about Christmas. Yeah, Christmas shopping, yeah. I have done some of it, actually. I have done some Christmas shopping. I've decided this year for my great nieces and nephews, because some of them live in Scotland, in Lossiemouth in Scotland. It's really expensive to send stuff through the post now, isn't it? I mean, I'm not being a Scrooge or anything, but I begrudge paying 30, 40, 50 quid to send boxes through the post. I really begrudge that. So what I've done this year is basically put money in envelopes. And they're already up in Scotland because I visited my niece and her beautiful family a few weeks ago, back in September. I've got money in envelopes for my two nephews and their families as well. And everything is in position now, ready for Christmas, if you see what I mean. So that's what I'm doing with Christmas presents this year. I haven't selected something for my sister yet. I have got something. Well, I've ordered something for my brother-in-law, who is possibly watching, so I can't tell you what that is. I did have something else for my brother-in-law, but my sister said he wouldn't use it, so I'm not quite sure what to do with that. I might give it to my younger nephew, who I think would appreciate that more than anyone else. And I bought my mate a couple of bits and pieces. You saw one of the videos, was it the recent one? Yeah, the recent video that I've done of a lamp. Okay, that's for my mate, along with some Christmas baubles. He likes baubles. He's got all these glass baubles. He's got like stuff. I haven't got anything like this. Jewellery and expensive stuff. And I don't have anything expensive. I've no interest in stuff like that, really. Certainly not jewellery. I don't see the point in having like a gold chain or some. I mean, the only thing I've got is this, and this was given to me by my niece for my birthday this year. Little Holy Cross and the Virgin Mary on there. And that's on all the time. I've got a few other little pieces that I kept. Just a couple of pieces from my mum when she passed away. like a little gold chain, but nothing really of value, you know. But he likes baubles, and I ordered him. Oh, hang on a minute. Road Central would like to access the microphone. Oh, that must be because I plugged it in. So I've got him a couple of baubles there. I don't know if you can see that very well. Yeah, they're from the Royal Albert Hall. Okay, and he's got a. His neighbour gave him loads of old little cars, you know, the model cars, corgi cars. He's got a load of them. So I bought him a pink Thunderbirds, Lady Penelope's car. I don't know if it's got a name or not. Is it Lady Penelope's car from Thunderbirds? All pink it is. So I got that off Corgi, and he'd probably get another bauble from Claridge's, because I've been getting one of those every year. They ain't cheap. All made of glass. He's got all this glass stuff. He's got 3 cats. The only thing is, he's recently got another cat which is coming up to about a year old now, and she's really naughty. She's a naughty cat. She really is, and she's so lovable. She's a great big fluffy Persian thingy, and she's always got this surprised look on her face. You know, a little bit like those girls who've had their face done. You know. Oh, no, sorry, the fellas as well. The fellas and the girls who have had their face done, they're always looking surprised. She's got this permanently surprised look on her face. What is all that about, eh? Anyway, so yeah, I've done a little bit. There we are. Denise. Hello, Denise. Has the garden sorted that shed out yet? No. I can't see that getting sorted out yet, love. Can't see that. Matthew Van's there. Evening, Matthew. I'll scroll down quickly. Hello to Sally. It's in Hertfordshire. Hello to you, Sally. Welcome along to the show. Hope you're enjoying it there. Don't forget, gang, if you want to send me a whole message for me to read out, please use that there. Okay, 07451 287 337. And there is my sister there. There you go. Good job I didn't mention his birthday present, Christmas present then, weren't it? My sister's there. She's in Florida at the moment, having a lovely holiday. And you can see their video. The first one's out there on the Butler's Empire. And there's another one coming out at 8 o'clock tonight, which you'll get. Don't worry, I always finish before 8 o'clock then. Okay. Text in. Merlin. Hi, Chris. Have you had a welcome back to Claridge's card yet from the general manager? I got one last time I stayed. Just a minute. Is it here? I think it might be downstairs. Yes, we did. We did get one. We did get one, as it happens. It's nice, isn't it? Once a year we do that now. We do that once a year. We love it. Christmas, book in there. Book in there a couple of nights. Do a bit of shopping in Selfridges. Because Selfridges... Here it is. It's here. Merlin. Look, Merlin. Let me see. There's no addresses on there, is there? You get that? Got a seal on the back there. Look, seal on the back. Most expensive card I've ever had. There you are, look. And that's from last year, that one. Look at that, eh? Isn't that nice? It's a nice thing. It's the little things like that, you know. And don't forget, you're paying an arm and a leg for it, but, you know, whatever. That's just how it is. So, yes, thank you, Merlin. I'm glad you're not the only one who had one. Thank you very much. The iPhone 14, apparently, Alan says, was the last one with the lightning connector. Thank you very much. The only thing is, of course, Alan, now I've bought that for that. The reason I didn't buy the lightning one in the first place was because at some time in the future, I will get another phone and it will have a USB-C. And I bet I'll just have to buy another microphone. But to be honest, I didn't find it particularly... I thought that was all right, 80 quid. For that microphone. You actually get 2 in the box. Did I show you? You actually get 2 in there. See? Look. There's 2. 1, 2, and the receiver there. If you're doing long videos, I can't see me ever going onto a second microphone. I don't like to do sort of more than sort of, you know, half hour, 45 minutes show there. If it's like a recorded video. This one usually lasts anywhere between 1 and 2 hours. All right, my darlings? Hi, Chris. Can you say hi to my wife from hubby Carl? She thinks you're fabulous. Yeah, but not sexy. That's the trouble. This is why I sit here in this plush television studio, in this spare bedroom on my own. You know, not sexy anymore. How do I get sexy? I go to the gym. Going tonight, 10 o'clock. I go swimming. Still not sexy. I don't get it. But don't worry, I'll have another slice of iced Madeira cake. Or Ben & Jerry's ice cream. Who doesn't buy Ben & Jerry's ice cream because it's so expensive? Me. I'm one of those people. But in your friendly local... Oh, where did I get it from? Co-op. The Co-op. 2 items at the moment. They got the Kama Sutra. No, not that book. No, not the book, dear. They got the Kama Sutra ice cream and... Ready for this? The cookie dough. Yes, the cookie dough ice cream at the moment, not £5.50, not £4.50, not even £4, £3.75. Thank you very much. 3 bought. I ain't paying £5.50 for a tub of ice cream. No way. No way. Crazy money, isn't it? Crazy money. Who pays that for that? Huh? Mind you, it's different if you've got kids, isn't it? Because if my great nieces and nephews want something like that... No, actually, no, I don't, actually. They're fairly good at that. And I will say, well, what ones can we have? Whatever's on offer. And they will look for the ones on offer and choose something there. The oldest one, Evie, she tries it on sometimes. But we don't care because we love her. We love them all. All equally the same. Yes, all equally the same. Patricia, you're sexy and you know it. No, I'm not. I was. I think I was. When I look back at those old photos, who looks at old photos of themselves and thinks, I wish I still looked like that? Do you do that? Zoe is using an iPhone 12 there. Oh, it's an older one than me then. I thought I had the oldest phone here. The Gen Z's, you've got a what? John Dixon's there, hello. My iPhone 11 data storage got full to the max. He got an iPhone 17, 4 times more data storage. Well, I don't know what this is, what data storage there is on this, but to be honest, I might do a load of photos and I'll upload them to Facebook, then I delete them. And the videos, obviously when you're doing videos, there's lots of little clips. And you put them together and then you have one long video. Once I've signed, sealed and delivered that, I'll delete all the clips straight away. And then once the main video is uploaded to wherever it's going, usually YouTube or TikTok, once I've done that, I delete it from here. So I never really fill it up, if you see what I mean. I mean, I've got quite a lot of photos on here, but not really videos, you know, photos of... the children. What's the last photo of one child? Let me have a look. Which one is it? Who's that there? That's my mate there. Is it? Who's it going to be? Who's going to be the lucky child to be the last one on my camera? It is. Oh, great nephew Frank. There you go. Great nephew Frank, who's just started playing football. Happy Frank. He's always very happy, Frank. Happy Frank. And then before him. Great niece Emily, and that must be James, I would imagine there. James. And before that, beautiful Evie. Look at her. The only thing is, now that I've shown you pictures of certain children, I'm going to have to find the other ones, otherwise there'll be all hell to pay, won't there? Why didn't you show my picture? It'd be a bit like that, wouldn't it, eh? Why didn't you show me that picture? Evie and her boyfriend going to school together. They're in the same class. And there's a little love story there going on. I love it. What else have I got here? Where's Harry? Oh, there's me, Harry, and Evie and baby Charlie. There you go. All those little photos on there. George is on there somewhere as well, in his RAF outfit there. Evening to Debs. Evening, Debs. She's in the choir at church. Evening, Debs. We are creating trouble there at the moment, me and Debs, because 2 of the choir members, who are clearly not in the know about me, have decided that me and Debs are seeing each other. And there's rumours going around the church. The priest, Father Danny, knows all about these rumours and is now on the game as well, so to speak. He's playing it and all. If it's my turn to play the organ, Deb's come over. Hello, darling. She puts her hands on my shoulders while I'm singing, and everyone's looking over. There's not a lot I take seriously in this life. There really isn't. When it starts getting serious, that's it. I'm off. I'm off, mate. You know, I'm off. And there was a serious incident this week somewhere, and I'm thinking maybe I'm off now. You know, I can't be bothered to deal with these people. Have we said hello to everyone there? I'm just going to scroll down there quickly. Yeah, lovely. Lovely. My sister reckons I need a face transplant. Do you think so? Hey, I wash lover, Chris the millionaire. No, I don't think so. I don't think I'm quite a millionaire. I've no interest in being... Why would you want to be a millionaire and do what? If you say to me, I'd like a lot of money to do this, this and this, fair enough. But there's nothing I desire. There isn't. I've got an average car, a Honda. I live in an ex-council flat. I've got a rusty old caravan, which I bought so I could be near my family. I might be spending a little bit more time up there soon. There's nothing I sort of want. As long as I can carry on kind of doing what I want to do. And I think most of us are a little bit like that. I like that, you know, the bloke in Amazon and the Microsoft bloke. It was a bloke on the radio last night talking about this. And apparently on Friday, the Microsoft bloke earned £265 million. I don't know if that's true or not. Shall I just do a quick bit of research? How much did... What's his name? Bill Gates. How much did Bill Gates earn on Friday? Is that going to work? Let's have a look. Yeah. AI are generating the results. It can't give me a number. Can't give me a number. I'm sure I saw somewhere that on Friday he earned £265 million in a day. There's a story here on the BBC website. Gates 69 reckons he's going to give away most of his fortune by 2045. Well, good luck. Are you going to get to that, are you, mate? Hey, your washer lover says that if he had £1 million, he'd leave the country. Yeah, well, it's all very well wanting to emigrate and things like that. The problem is the healthcare, you know. If you've got anything wrong with you, and I've got a couple of bits wrong with me, you know, as you get older. Although my sister's got nothing wrong with her. She's 60. Nothing wrong. No pills for anything. No illnesses. Nothing. Nothing. She don't get anything wrong with her. She seems to suffer more from colds and flus, certainly, than me. But then I have all these injections and things like that. She don't have anything like that. And there's nothing wrong with her. You know, I have 1, 2... What's the most recent pill? Oh, the statin. Went on statins. Not because there's anything wrong with my cholesterol, because there isn't. But they said someone like me with my other things, it would protect my heart and circulatory system. I don't know. Does it? Okay, so that was the most recent one I've been added to. And I have two others to try and keep something under control. But the statin one, so I had that for... It's about over a year now, I think, about over a year, one a day in the morning. And then quite by chance, we went on this heart machine thing and it showed something wrong. And I'm like, you must be joking. And he said, why? I said, well, what's the point of me doing all this swimming? And anyway, so that was then. And he said, well, don't worry, you're not about to have a heart attack, but we need to look into this. And I had a heart CT scan. I did a little video about that, some of you saw. It's quite far down now, I think. It's got to be couple of months ago, and I had an angiogram and they both came back completely clear. So, you know, but you do wonder sometimes, well, I didn't have a heart problem before I took the statins. So you don't know, do you? Merlin, talking about expensive ice cream, ended up at the English National Opera the other night. Lovely. I have seen an opera, and I have seen kind of an opera, which wasn't an opera. I can't remember the opera one. I didn't like it. It was all, of course, in Italian. Words come up in English at the top there. I didn't really enjoy it, Merlin, the opera. But I did go and see The Master Singers of Nuremberg, which is not classed as an opera. It's a very, very long show, that one. And it's actually in two parts with an hour's gap in the middle, I think it is. And then everyone piles out of there and goes in the Italian over the road. And they're very good with that. You know, they know these people have come in and you order your food. Minutes later, it's there. Spaghetti and whatever. Lovely. And then you go back again for the other half. I thoroughly enjoyed that. But then again, I did do the Master Singers of Nuremberg for my school O-level, music O-level. Unclassified I got for that. In fact, I got unclassified for RE, music, and something else. I think it was English literature. Oh, Shakespeare, how boring is that, eh? You know, if it had been Enid Blyton, 5 Go on a Safari, or Secret 7, Explore the Underground Caves of Cheddar Gorge, I might have been interested. No, Shakespeare. And I'm looking at this book, I can't understand what he's going on about. No idea. Anyway, Merlin says, talking about expensive ice cream, ended up at the English National Opera the other night. 2 ice creams, 16 quid, mate. Wouldn't have minded, but the husband fell asleep halfway through the opera. What a waste of money. What, with the ice cream in his lap? I would have had that off him, mate. Oh, dear, yeah. Take that ice cream off him. Have it yourself, love. I know, it's probably melted. Did it melt onto his lap, Merlin? Gang, use the text number if you want to send me something, okay? 07451 287 337, or the email at the bottom there. George says, if you have YouTube Premium, you won't get the adverts. Well, yeah, you're quite right there, George. Or you won't get them if I turn them off. And for the live show, I don't like these adverts going around all the time. This is more of a hobby than it was never a money-making exercise. Really doing these shows on YouTube, I just like doing them, and it's a bit of a laugh. And if I don't like doing them, I'll just stop. I've done that before as well. Good. Hiya Washer Lover says changing your diet can lower cholesterol. You're quite right. In fact, I've got a feeling my brother-in-law did that. Oh no, he had. I can't remember if he had diabetes or it was really close to getting diabetes. So he changed his diet, as many people do, and managed to diet his way out of the diabetes. I mean, if I showed him a piece of that lemon iced Madeira cake or whatever it was, the iced Madeira cake from Marks and Spencer's, he would immediately refuse it. I don't know why. Because he doesn't want the diabetes, you see. All right. Okay, right, let's see. What else have I got in the show today? Let me have a little look here. I'm chatting away. We've done that, haven't we done that? Okay. One pasty. Oh, we're talking about the price of food at the moment. One pasty. Ever been to Waterloo Station, have you? Have you ever been there? Oh, you know, as you walk through there's all these various little places to buy food. I tend to play it safe and I pop into the Marks and Spencer's there maybe and get a packet of... I quite like the cracked black pepper crisps that they have in there. And here's a little tip for you. If you're good at holding back yourself, right? The little packets of those crisps, about £1.25, £1.50, £1.65. Can't remember. The large ones are just a little bit more than that. Okay? Always go for the large ones, but only if you can have... I don't know, half the packet and then put the other packet. Yeah, you can't do it, can you? No, neither can I. So I'll go into Marks and Spencer's, but this is at Waterloo Station. If I go into London for a little outing, perhaps a night out. Actually, my friend Roy, he's in the chat box tonight. Say hello to Roy. He's taking me and my friend Vera this week to a Motown night at St Martin's in the Fields in the Crypt. I mean, are we going to be surrounded by dead bodies, dear? Mind you, it's like that sometimes when you're in Audi, I think, to be honest. You look at... Are you alive? God's sake, man, dear. Huh? Anyway, we're going to a Motown night and we get a little bit of a meal, as in a pizza, you know, not like a nice pizza and a couple of drinks there. And he's taking me and my friend Vera to that on a Motown night on Wednesday. So for that, I'll take the train in. I always take the train in and I'll end up at Waterloo and from there tube to... I think it's Leicester Square. And you come up there and you walk over. And I've been to the church before. I went to Songs of Praise last year at St Martin's in the Fields Church. Yeah, I always wanted to go, oh my God. Do you know how long it takes them to do that? 4 hours you're in there. And it was really hot as well. Really hot. Some of those hymns you see on there, right, if they're not happy with it, you do it the whole thing again. Not just one verse. The whole thing again. They did one hymn 8 times. 8 times they did this hymn. And then when you see on the telly, it's all perfect. And it was a nice experience. It was all free as well. And then halfway through it, they stop, and you have to go down. So you have to go across the road because there's no toilets. Across the road into the restaurant and down some stairs to use the toilets, which is okay for the fellas. You know how it is, girls, right? You're in a theatre in London, outside London, wherever you are. Fellas are in the toilet, you know. You're in the toilet, you know. And out the door, generally. Most of us are like that. Not for the ladies. They have to sit down. And wherever I've been in theatre, there are queues of poor ladies, and I feel so sorry for them because there ain't enough toilets in these places. And they're queuing to sit down in their little cubicle and then come out again. Oh, what a nightmare. What a nightmare that is. You know, I do feel sorry for you ladies. They should have more toilets for ladies. The men are in and out of there fairly quick. You rarely get a queue for men's toilets. Anyway. So, Marks and Spencer's, I'll go in. But as I'm walking through Waterloo Station, the Cornish Pasty Company. Who likes a pasty? You do, don't you? Greggs are my favourite because they're cheap. And I will have either a vegetable pasty, which is quite peppery, those. They're really nice. Or I'll have a cheese and onion pasty or a vegan sausage roll. I'm vegetarian, by the way. Vegan sausage roll. Or they were doing this Mexican spicy thing, and I managed to get a couple of those before they stopped. They were really nice. Really nice. Anyway, so that's what I usually have. So I thought, do you know what? I'll go and have a pasty instead. So I walked over there and looked at her. £8? Come on. £8 for one pasty? So I carried on walking because I knew this was on my trip to Abba, which was it last Wednesday we went? Or last Sunday? No, it was the Sunday before last, wasn't it? That we went to see Abba. Again, that was with my friend Roy and Vera from Vera's Choice in the Morning. I don't know if Vera's with us tonight, is she? I haven't seen any messages from her. So I knew to get to the Abba Arena, you have to get, for me, a mainline train to Waterloo. You get off there and you go over, you walk right to the other end of the Waterloo station, go down the escalator to the Jubilee line. And the Jubilee line takes you, I go to Canary Wharf. You can go to Stratford, but I find that station a bit much. And it's a bit complicated trying to find your way around Stratford Station. Stratford International, I think it's called. It might be called that. So I go to Canary Wharf because I know the route now. So you get to Canary Wharf, you get off the Jubilee line, and guess what you walk past? Just before you go up the escalator? Happy days at Greggs the Baker's. Now, they're slightly dearer there, but I get it, you know, as it's in Canary Wharf. But for that £8 for one Cornish pasty, which I'm sure are very nice, like the Five Guys food, very nice. But the price, God's sake, man. You know, maybe I should have bought the pasty and then asked for a refund on the train journey and walked for 30 miles home to save the money. Or could I have done my electric bike? Oh, you can't take electric bikes on the train, can you? No, you're not allowed to do that. I think there's one you can take on, and I don't know why this particular model is allowed on the trains, but or fold-up ones. I think you can take fold-up ones on there. Anyway, so I went into Greggs the Baker's, and for £6 I got 3 items, you know. Which was just like I said to you, it was actually a cup of tea, I had a cheese and onion pasty and a vegetable pasty. But of course, depending on when you get into Greggs, you do take pot luck of how warm the item was. Sometimes it's just like tepid, or you can get a cold one, but they're not allowed to eat them up, are they? Something to do with some bleeding tax. That not Rachel from accounts, the one before her, wasn't it? Whoever that was, the Conservative. I think it was a Conservative bloke, was it? Over the pasty tax. So they had to stop doing hot food, or at least they're not allowed to heat it up for you If it's just come out of the oven and you buy it immediately, that's okay. But they're not allowed to keep... That's it. They're not allowed to keep them warm, are they? I mean, how stupid is that? Anything to get a bit more money out of us, isn't it? Huh? I feel sorry for the pensioners out there, and I'm a bit close to that age now. She's after your money, mate. Rachel from accounts. Watch out for that one. We're waiting to see what's going to happen there, aren't we? So I went up the stairs. This is how you get to Abba. Got my pasty, went upstairs. I'm running a bit early now, so I just sat on the wall. Because it's not like it's gone cold yet, has it? Eh? Blimey, I can't believe this weather at the moment. It was like 11 o'clock the other night. I walked back from the gym on Thursday night. Jumper. No coat required. You know, it's that warm at the moment. And then from Canary Wharf, you have to come up the stairs, cross a road and go into another entrance for the Docklands Light Railway. And then you get on there and it's several stops to Pudding Mill Lane. And that's like being on a roller coaster. Sit at the front. It's like a free roller coaster, this Docklands Light Railway. No drivers. See? Don't need drivers on trains going on strike all the time. Don't need it. Docklands Light Railway, haven't got any. It's like a roller coaster. You sit at the front and this thing moves along. And then you get to Pudding Mill Lane and you can see it. It's there at the Abba Arena. You cross the road and you're there. It's that easy. But the Greggs is fine. You know, the Greggs is fine there. Merlin says, nice thing out of the English National Opera. It's all sung in English. That'd be the mistake I made then. The English, yeah, makes sense. I'm going to write that down. I think I'm going to try that again. English National Opera. Do you recommend me popping into Aldi and getting a couple of sandwiches first, rather than going to inexpensive restaurants? They do reasonable price sandwiches, don't they? Aldi. And the Co-op, to be fair. I've got a sandwich in the fridge I'm going to have later. It's either that or the slightly out-of-date spaghetti. I don't know which one to have now. Yeah. From the Co-op. And I think that I paid £1.80 for that. That's okay. BP Garage, forget it, mate. £4? Pfft. Anyway, he says, nice thing out the English National Opera. It's all sung in English, so you don't have to guess what the hell is going on. I won't lie, Carmen sung in English is not as good as when it's sung in French. Well, it depends if you can speak French or not. I remember bringing this up to my nephew once, Gary, about the opera, and he wanted to know how much the tickets were, so I told him he was horrified. He said, blimey, you could have come and watched me and my wife just because opera is all about people rowing with each other and someone dies at the end. I think I'm right in that. And he said, well, you could just come and watch me and the wife. Hey, what's your lover reckons Greggs is expensive now? Do you think so? I don't think so. I don't think so. Merlin, there you go. If you heat it up, you have to pay VAT on that thing. It's just tax all the time, isn't it? Hey, what's your lover? Leeds Rhinos at Wembley final. What is that, Leeds Rhinos? Is that a football thing, is it? 2 burgers and 2 pints, 78 quid. My God. Really? It's too expensive, isn't it? It's far, far too expensive. Don't forget, gang, if you're sending me a message, please use the text above there, or you can send an email just at the bottom there, all right? Right, what did we get to on my list? Oh, it's getting late, isn't it? 20 past. So that's the one pasty there. You've seen the new gadget. Yeah, lovely time on the Isle of Wight, as I mentioned earlier. I think Shania's still with us at the moment. But I made 2 grave... Not grave, not too much of an error, really. 2 errors. The first was... Because we're getting a ferry, and I'm going to tell you, to get the ferry over to the Isle of Wight, if you haven't done it before, you think, oh, God, how am I going to find this, that and the other? It was really easy. To be fair, from Southampton, I found it really easy. You get in your car from whatever hotel you're staying. You have your little Waze I use on the sat-nav on my phone. And then as you're getting close to the port, there's these signs. And I used Red Funnel. There's a big sign, Red Funnel this way, something like that. And it was really easy. And you buy your ticket in advance on the internet. Tap, tap, tap. They ask for your car number. You get to the little you know, the little lady. It was a lady in a little like box thing. As you the barrier's there, you pull up there, and she looks over. And she says, "Mr. Reardon, Oh, yes, yeah. Okay, welcome along here. I'll just put that over your mirror. And she gives you that thing, which is basically like a boarding card. And you stick that on over your mirror so it's hanging there so that they know you've got a ticket. And that's it. Then she opens the gate and there's another bloke there and says, okay, can you go in number 1, please? Or number 2, number 3. And there's these lanes. And in each lane is several cars, all queuing up behind each other. And the boat is there. When I got there, the boat was there. There's cars coming off the boat. And when those cars are all off, then they start loading you in. And lane 1, lane 2, and you just follow in up the ramp and onto the boat. And you put your handbrake on. You're not allowed to stay in the car on the boat. Not quite sure why that is. Maybe if the cars start moving around or the boat sinks, you don't want to be in the car. Little bit more of a chance of survival if you're not in the car and the windows are closed. You could possibly jump off the roof and try and swim away from it very quickly, desperately avoiding the very large, cut you to pieces propellers at the back. Like that they're going, aren't they? And it's quite nice and comfortable on the boat. You sit there, I found it very relaxing. It wasn't rough at all, to be honest. And this boat moves along. You can have a meal on there if you want. It's overpriced, but, it is what it is. A cup of tea, whatever you want. Some crisps, or you can take on your own sandwiches, whatever. And there's toilets on there. And it's really quite relaxing. You're on this boat for an hour. You get off the other end again. Fairly easy. Fire up your sat nav to wherever you're going when you got off the boat, and it'll take you there. My nephew, for some reason, went the wrong way when he got to the other side, but that's okay. He found his way there eventually. The mistake I made 2 mistakes. Number 1, me and my nephew decided to stay at a Premier Inn, so we could get to Southampton on the night before, so we're in position. Don't have to worry about getting stuck on a motorway anywhere. You know what I mean? It's just awful trying to get to places these days. I've got to tell you, Southampton is a dump. What an awful place that is. Horrible. Horrible place. At least it was where my Premier Inn was. Note that I say my Premier Inn, because it wasn't the same Premier Inn I booked as my nephew did. It was Southampton City Centre and Southampton City Centre Quay or something like that. Well, I booked one and he booked the other. So we're in 2 different hotels. And it was a shame because I wanted to see the children. But there you go. That's how it was. And I looked on the map and the hotels weren't too far from each other. I think a 20-minute walk. And I thought, oh, maybe I'll just walk there. And I'm looking at this map. And to get to the other hotel was either a very long way around or straight through a park. And I'm looking at that. I'm looking outside. I'm thinking, don't like the look of it round here. I'm sure you've been in places like that. And there's plenty of places in the world with the same sort of place. Right. And I typed in, is it safe to walk through, I can't remember the name, Pleasance Park, something like that. Pleasance Park, or whatever it was, at night. And the AI thing says, no, not safe to walk through. There's muggings, sexual raping type things going on. Not safe to walk through the park. I thought, well, I ain't going there then. I FaceTime my nephew's wife. I said, I don't think I'll be coming over tonight. We'll leave it till tomorrow. And by now, it's like 9 o'clock anyway. So I'm probably over there by an hour, and then they'd want to go to bed, because we're up at not too early for the ferry crossing. So I didn't go out. I did actually. I went to this shop, which was up and round the corner for a sandwich, and they only had beef sandwiches, so I bought one of those and I had that, And immediately I made the mistake of telling my nephew, and now great niece Evie now calls me fake vegetarian. She called me fake vegetarian because I had 1 roast beef. I could have taken the bits of beef out. I thought, I can't be bothered, and I just ate it. Fake vegetarian. I'm not like one of those lefty vegetarians, Oh my God, I've accidentally had a piece of chicken. Oh, now I've got anxiety. I will never be able to sleep again, and it will possibly kill me. I'm not a bit like that, If you invite me round to the dinner, and I'm always available for a free meal, thank you very much. If you invite me round to dinner and you do me, I don't know, nut roast, and then you accidentally put beef gravy on it, So be it. It's just how it is. We don't worry about that at all. So Southampton. So that was error number 1. Wrong hotel books. The other error I made was my friend Shania, who does a lot for the Catholic Church on the Isle of Wight. I wanted to surprise her by turning up at one of her churches. So she didn't know I was coming, but her dad did. I told her dad, look, I'm coming on this day. I want to surprise her. And the weeks coming up to it, for some reason, I kept asking her which church she'd be at on Sunday morning. And then I thought I've given myself away, because at one point she said, why do you keep asking that? Well, because I'm forgetful, really. That's how it is. So there we are. So Sunday morning came and I looked at the email that had come from her. She does that one on Saturday night. She does that one on Sunday morning. Right, okay. So the Sunday morning one, and I Saturday night I looked. Right, okay, like 11 o'clock Sunday morning. Oh, right, okay, fine. So I got in the car Sunday morning and I drove to this church. Or as I'm driving on, I see this church. Oh, that must be the one. You know, looked about right on the map. Pulled over there. Anyway. And her dad had already told me it can be difficult to park outside the church. So I'm there, all these cars. Oh, there's a gap. There's a gap. And by now it's raining, and it's heavy. It's quite heavy rain. So I pulled into this gap. I thought, have I got the time wrong? Because I can hear music playing. Went up to the front of the church. Wrong church. Wrong church. Oh, no. Well, where is it then? So I said, there's a lady coming out. Excuse me, can you tell me where the Catholic church? Oh, she said, yeah, it's just down the hill there on the right. Is there a service on there? I said, yeah, I think so, 11 o'clock. Or 10 o'clock, whatever it was, I can't remember. Oh, okay then. Well, it's just down there. Okay, thank you very much. And I thought, well, I've parked here. It's just down there. I'll walk down. So I'm walking down, getting a bit wet now. And I could see, oh, there's a car park. Funny, he didn't mention there was a car park. I could see Catholic. I can see the church. Right, okay, that's got it. Well, shall I just walk? No, I'll go and get the car, put it in the car park. So then I walk back up the hill. It was a steep hill in the rain. Got in the car, turned it around, come down the hill, pulled in the car park. No other cars in the car park. And I'm looking at the watch. Well, it's 25 minutes to go. You know, maybe I'm here a little bit early. That's okay. And I'm sitting there. 10 minutes I was sitting there. 11:15 now. 11:15. Still no cars. And I looked over. Is the door open? I got out the door, got out the car, went over. Door's locked. And I thought, well, I'm sure they would have been here by now. I know my friend Shania would have been in there by now getting stuff ready, you know, candles and all that business. So as I went back to the car, there's this bloke. He was smoking one of those funny cigarettes. I don't think it was anything to do with the church. And then he's got a dog. Excuse me, mate, is there a mass on at 11 o'clock? Oh, I don't know. I don't go there. Oh, okay, mate. Thank you. Anyway, I thought this is a bit odd. Anyway, I got up my messages from Shania. And what had happened is that I've seen the name of the church that she does on Saturday nights and connected it with 11 o'clock, which was the next part of the message, but was a different church. I thought, oh, no. This is all going to go terribly wrong. 13 minutes to 11 now. Mass at 11. Typed it into the Waze. I thought, bet this is on the other side of the island. And no, it wasn't. It was about 8 minutes away. I thought, oh, I might just about make this. So I got back in the car. Not breaking the speed limit. We don't break the speed limit at my age, right? Back into the USS Honda spacecraft. Up the hill I went, round the corner, and then by the look of the map, I'm getting near to the church. Okay, right, Remember he said you'd have a problem parking. Okay. So I'm going past these shops. Oh, there's a gap. In the gap I went. Parked the car. I thought, right, I'll walk round to the church. Still raining. And it was the driving map. So the church looks quite close. I'm walking. Oh, there's a church there. Walking. Not that one. Oh, no, you've got to be joking. I looked at the map. No, it's round the corner, but not far. Anyway, so I'm walking round the corner, and eventually I saw her dad. By now, I'm wet. And so is he, because he's been standing out there since 10:30. God. I shouted out to him, Simon! And he's like, all right, Chris. He said, where have you been? I got lost. I went to the wrong church. Anyway, so we went into the church, and I said, "Is she likely to see me?" He said she might, so be careful. So I'm keeping an eye out for her and all this way. I said, "Where do we sit?" He said, "We'll go down the front." Okay, so he's sitting there, and I'm sitting there, and there's a door here. I said, "Is that the sacristy?" Which is where everything gets ready, you know, the priest and all that business. It's all right. You don't have to be religious to get this. That's fine. I'll explain it to you. So he's come out. So there's a little door there. That's the sacristy where they all get ready. I thought, right. Anyway, so I'm sitting there like that, and I'm looking at her. And as I looked in there, she walks past. She's walked past this door. Like, there's doors there. I'm that side, sitting there. She's walked past. She didn't look over. I thought, oh. And I've gone like this. So I'm now like that, waiting for the little bell to ring, because they ring a bell before they come out. And as the bell rang, I turned around like that. And she's come out, Chris. And it was great. But there are 2 errors I made on the Isle of Wight. One on the Isle of Wight and one. I mean, how stupid can you be to make those 2 errors? But there you go. That's how it is. Shania says, I can't believe you went to the wrong church. Yeah, I did. And it was a really nice church, actually. They've got beautiful stained windows. Modern. So beautiful stained windows, all different colours when the sun comes in. Unfortunately, it was pouring down with rain. Her poor dad probably got pneumonia the next day, I would imagine. Poor bloke standing outside there. And we had a nice dinner afterwards. Her mum works in this pub. The Mill? Is it the Mill? And if you sit in the right place, there's great big windows. What do you see out the windows? The sea. Lovely. Thank you very much. Beautiful. A lovely, like, roast dinner. And I did a nut roast thing for me, which was really, really nice there. Mikey Mike used to go to the Isle of Wight from Portsmouth, much better than Southampton. I don't really know. Hey, a washer lover, Blackpool's a dump, Birmingham's a dump, Bradford's a dump, Leeds is a dump. Yeah, it's all a dump. Awful places. Birmingham I've been to, there are some nice parts of it. How are they getting on with that rubbish there? Has that been collected yet? The rubbish in Birmingham, as a matter of interest, I don't know if it has or not, to be honest. It's been a while they've had that problem, innit? Rubbish in Birmingham. Okie doke. So that's that. Now, what else have I got to tell you today? Have I got anything to show you? I don't think I have. I've showed you the receipt there, haven't I? You know what I keep doing? Closing down the blooming thing I'm reading here. So that was there. Disney. Okay. So you may or may not have seen my recent little video, which is me opening a box and showing you something in there, which I will not reveal in case you haven't seen it yet, yeah? But one of the things I asked, I know some of you are there tonight, so once again, welcome along. One of the things I asked for you is, what is your favourite Disney film? And we've had quite a few messages of people telling us what their favourite Disney film are. So let's read some of these. Leslie Buckthorpe 7455, Little Mermaid. Now that is my favourite Disney film, Little Mermaid and Beauty and the Beast. Bit of a toss up between which one I like the best. I do like that. So Leslie likes the Little Mermaid and the original Snow White. I'm wishing for the one I love to find you today. Is that Snow White? I think it's Snow White. I must admit, the live action version of Snow White, I quite enjoyed it. I thought it was all right, especially the Hi-Ho song, which appears to have been extended. Hi-ho, hi-ho. We need a bit of echo on if I'm going to sing for you professional singing. Hi-ho, it's off to work we go, with a bucket and a spade and a hand grenade. Hi-ho, hi-ho. I think that was something we used to sing in school. We may have changed the words to it, like with the one, while shepherds wash their flocks by night. Which I'm sure you changed the words at school, didn't you? While shepherds wash their socks at night. Did you do that? So I thought the new film was pretty good. But what did it in was the actress opening her mouth. Zaya Berg, or whatever her name is. She opened her mouth. She said it was a bit of a scary film. Oh, something a little bit sick about one bloke following the woman. And I'm like, are you for real? She is the reason that film was destroyed, not the film itself. My favourite actress, of course, got to be the witch. We do like an evil witch, don't we? Eh? I know a few in my time, my dears. Roy, Beauty and the Beast, Luminaire. Oh, yes. Be our guest, be our guest. Luminaire and Aladdin, the genie he likes. Linda M, I love Eeyore. Now, I'd never heard of Eeyore. I looked it up. It looks like it's some sort of donkey. Eeyore. Or Eeyore. No, it would be Eeyore, wouldn't it? Eeyore. Eeyore. Can you do that? Eeyore. Yeah. She loves Dr. Dolittle, Beauty and the Beast, BFG. She liked the lamp that was... Oh, I've told you now, haven't I? Idiot. Yeah, it was a lamp in the box. A lamp in the box. Susan, got to be Snow White for me, Chris. Thank you very much. Snow White for you. Let's see. Denise D, favourite Disney movie, not a classic. She loves Freaky Friday. A film I don't know, I think. The original and the remake. Oh, so there's been two, is there? I don't know that one. Don't know the Freaky Friday one. Tracy Holt, Snow White. She loves Snow White. There you go. Valerie loves Dumbo. Not you, Chris, the film. There we are. So some people mentioning their favourite Disney films. Do you have a favourite Disney film? Jason likes Beauty and the Beast, and he likes the clock, which I have a Beauty and the Beast clock, which I bought from California when I was lucky enough to go there in June. And the thing is with the Disney memorabilia, it comes out for a short space of time and then it's gone again, and they don't make any more. And I managed to get one, and my mate liked that so much he found one on eBay that someone was reselling. And to be fair, it keeps really good time. On the last live, which we did some time ago, I can't remember. Was it live? Oh no, it would be the radio show, because I do a little radio show as well, gang, which is Monday to Friday in the morning. And apparently it had been, I hadn't adjusted the clock and no one noticed it for a week. That's how much attention people pay to my shows. I mean, am I wasting my time sitting here? Dear me. Anyway, that's the Beauty and the Beast clock there. Zoe also likes The Little Mermaid. Great thing there. Gary, Freaky Friday was Jodie Foster. I don't remember that. Hey, I watch Lover. Pinocchio! Just trying to think of a song from there. I got no strings to hold me down. We loved the Disney, didn't we? It's so expensive to go to Disney Resort now, though. It's really a lot of money. It's like I'm so lucky. I've managed to go quite a few times to that, to the Florida Disney, to the Paris Disney, where I'll be again in a few weeks' time with my younger nephew and his family. And I've also been to the California Disney one now, which was in June, which again was good. I'd love to go to the Japan one, but I'd struggle with the food, I think. My friend Roy tells me to just stay at Disney, and then it's all Western food there. I'm really not into Chinese food or Japanese or anything like that. I can just about get away with a vegetable curry, which would be, I suppose, India, and stuff like that. I would struggle, you know. I don't know what the restrictions would be for taking your own food in. I've done that before. Don't. I'm funny with food. I went to Barbados with my mate 1996 or 99, I think it was. I took all these tins of food. Yeah, I know. Has anyone else done that? I had tins and tins of beans and sausages and stuff like that. I wasn't vegetarian at the time. I don't know if it was allowed or not. You just take them in, didn't you? A Patricia in Manchester, Lion King, beautiful film. Lion King. Hey, what's your love? A Swiss Family Robinson. You like them all, didn't you? Hello, Jack. Jack's there. Evening, Chris. Welcome along. Alice in Wonderland. Is that a Disney film? Alice in Wonderland? I don't know if it is. You're just listing them all here, aren't you? Blimey, look at them all. One or two would have been nice. King's Empire said you've got to have a visit to Brighton, mate. I DJ'd in Brighton for a while. Gay pub called the Bulldog. And I did... I mean, it's a long time ago now. Do you know what hours I did there? 2 a.m. till 6 a.m. Oh, it killed me. I would DJ first in Hemel Hempstead at my mate's pub. 8:30 to midnight. And then at midnight, I'd jump in my car, drive down to Brighton, and then DJ in the Bulldog in there. It's a long time ago now. I actually prefer Hove to Brighton, I must say. And you've got that thing that looks like Taj Mahal in the middle, ain't you? I've never been in there. It's like some sort of entertainment venue, I think, in there, isn't it? Something like that, or whatever. Okay, so that's your Disney stuff there. Wrong church. Right. Yeah, look at this. Oh my God. I discovered this thing here. Now, I mentioned to you I've been having stomach troubles since May. Since May this has gone on. And I came across this story this week, which I never got to in my radio show, which I will just tell you about my radio show in a minute, that I do, which you can listen to if you want to. It won't be for everyone. It's a bit similar to this, to be honest. It's very fast moving. I do an hour, Monday to Friday, okay, between 9 and 10 a.m. in the morning, okay? Now, unfortunately, I can't do that on YouTube because it involves playing a lot of music. However, there is a thing like YouTube called Twitch, okay? You can download it onto your mobile phone. On some televisions, you can download the app onto some televisions. I'm just trying to think. I think I've got it on my one downstairs, but I haven't got it on the one at the caravan. So the one downstairs I've got is an LG telly, which I've had for about 5 years now. I don't keep upgrading stuff. I think it's such a waste of money. People just buy new stuff for the sake of it, you know. I don't do that. I usually use something until it wears out. And you can download Twitch on an LG telly. Up at the caravan, I've got a Hitachi telly, and that won't work. It doesn't work on there. So if you download Twitch completely free of charge, set up a free account. Once you've done that, look for me, Chris Reardon UK. All right, that's my username on there. And you can watch the show in the morning if you want. The same as you're watching this, but via Twitch. Okay? But you don't have to watch it. You can just listen to it. If you type into your search bar, either on a computer or your mobile phone or your handheld device, whatever you've got there, just type in reachonair.com. And once you've had a look at that, there is a little button which says listen. Just click that and you can listen on your phone wherever you are or something like that, okay? You can also, if you want to, download the skill on your Amazon device. You know, the little speaker without saying her name in case I set all your Amazons off. You can download a skill, and the skill is called Reach on Air. And it's reach is one word, and on... Oh, I've just realised that's wrong there, isn't it? Reach is one word, and on air is another word. Now, I've just realised I think there's an error on there. Hang on a minute. Let me just check on my phone to see where it is, because I don't want to give you dud information. I thought that had been fixed. Hang on a minute. So you can see on the poster there, on your thing, you can see exactly what to do. Let me just have a look at the... what's the apps on it? Oh, I've got to type in her name, haven't I? Right, hang on. So you fire up your Amazon app on your mobile phone. And then click Skills and Games. Search Alexa Skills. If you type in Reach on air. Yep, it is. That's incorrect up there again. It's wrong up there. I thought my friend Stu and Sarah. I obviously hadn't checked it. Yeah, it's Reach is one word and on air is the other word. Okay, I can actually type that into the search engine. I think. Hang on. I don't know if that'll work. There you go. Right, I've typed the correct thing into your chat box, anyone who's looking at that. So it's Reach, one word, and on air is another word. So it's 2 words there instead of 3. Type that in, and then once you've enabled the skill, if you know what I'm talking about, you can just close it, and then you say to your loudspeaker, Amazon, not that word, the other word, play Reach on air. Now, you might have to say it a couple of times. Sometimes it starts playing Reach by S Club 7. But try it a couple of times and you can just listen on there if you haven't got the time to sit there and be glaring at something. So that's Monday to Friday between 9 and 10 o'clock in the morning. It's very fast moving. We usually have a competition of some sort. You get to vote on a song every morning, and we always have an Abba song towards the end. We have a young lady who contributes called Vera, my friend Vera. She also always chooses one of music. I don't do requests, just to warn you, because what happens is that you're trying to do a certain thing and then a request kind of changes the equilibrium of the whole thing. So I don't do requests on there. But it's great fun. And if you do download Twitch, there is a chat box there that people talk to each other. So you can have that going as well, although I'm not in the chat box there, okay? And the same as this show, to get a message, you use the same text that I used on this programme, which you'll see in a moment, or there is a message system that you can use. But the best way to do it, to be honest, is by text. So it's Monday to Friday between 9 and 10 in the morning. I also do Tuesday nights, okay? And that's 9 till 11 on Tuesday nights in exactly the same place. And if you're on Twitch, before I start the show, anywhere between half an hour and just a few minutes before I start, you'll see either that or that, okay? Just tells you that it's going to be starting soon, all right? And it's great fun. I thoroughly enjoy doing that every morning. 9 till 10 in the morning, 9 till 11 on Tuesday night, okay? All righty. Anyway, back to this stomach thing. Oh, hang on, let me do... text. Is there any texts? No texts. Okay, I do try and keep on top of your texts and emails. I have in the past been known to forget. That's why. Right. Sarah's going to try it out. There you are. I've got the new posters, but keep using it. However, am I using the old posters? Is that what's gone wrong? Oh, I'm so stupid, Sarah. I'm sorry, love. Hang on. Let me see. Perhaps I could do that now, could I? Oh, look, that looks new. Is that the right one there? Yeah, you're right. There it is. I'm so stupid. Now, where was I? Hang on, do you mind if I change that now while I'm chatting to you? Do you mind? Otherwise, it's never going to get done. I'm so stupid sometimes, Rich. Right, what are we in now? It's November 2025. Well, I've just got to give it a title. Shove it in there. Broadcast videos. Right, let's see if I can change that here and now. Where's the picture? BBC clock, image 13. Is that it? No, not image 13. Starts at 9. No, not that. Audio capture. I don't know where to... That's the clock. Oh, there it is. It's that one. Okay. Oh, you should have told me, Sarah. There it is. Right, let's change that. Is that going to work? There you go. Happy days. Thank you, Sarah. Did you send me a nighttime one as well? Is that wrong as well? Hang on. Is that wrong as well? Yeah, that's wrong as well. Did you do a night one? I bet you did. There it is. There it is. Look. Let's do the night one as well while we're at it. Hang on, let me just check it is done. What an idiot. Oh no, the nighttime one wasn't done. I've still got the old one there for the nighttime one. If you've done it, could you send it again and I'll change it a little bit later on. All right, love. Thanks, Stu and Sarah, in charge of posters on this. Everyone's got a little job. Loads of people got little jobs there. What an idiot I am. Sorry. Thank you very much. Great. All right. Where did we get to in this programme today? I hope mine doesn't explode. Yes, stomach troubles. I come across this story. Getting into a hot bath, this was in the Daily Mail a few days ago, getting into a hot bath after a day working from home, Sally finally felt some relief from the pain she's been experienced in her tummy for some months. This is me, right? Her doctor had prescribed medication for an overactive bladder, but this wasn't touching the pain. She'd also suffered from continual bloating and the need to go to the loo more often. Hello. But the bath was something she knew would at least help to ease it. And thankfully, the constant ache subsided enough for her to think she could get out of the water and get on with the work. Now, I think all of us here who are of an age, and there's plenty of us here, let's be honest, okay? That isn't it. It doesn't bother me being 62, really doesn't. You know, I bet you'd like to be young again. Well, I certainly wouldn't want to be in my 20s again. No, thank you. Terrible time. I would not want to be in my 20s. I remember my mum telling me that ages ago, years ago, when she was still alive. I said, would you like to be younger again? She said, I wouldn't like to be too young. She said, I might like to be about 30. And I think I wouldn't mind being, the youngest I'd want to be again would be about 32. I wouldn't want to be any younger than 32. Ideally, 40. I'd like to be 40. I think that's a nice age, 40. By then you've either sorted yourself out or you haven't. You know, I know people my age, and I was raving, going out to raves and all that in my 30s, and up to about 45, I carried on raving. And then you have to stop, because it just starts looking a bit silly. I know people 55, 60 who are still raving, and they're messy. You've got to stop all that and everything that goes with the raving. Do you know what I mean? You know, when kids come up, oh, Chris, I'm in a bit of trouble. And I know, because I've probably done it. And now I'm able to assist them. But you don't want to go past 45 was probably pushing it a little bit. But I had a good time. Anyway, back to this story then. The bath was something she knew would help. However, as this lady, Sarah was it, or Sally, as she stood up and put one foot on the bath mat, a shocking pain in the left side of her pelvis came from nowhere. Hang on, left? Yeah, left, that's where I am. Left. I've never felt pain like it, says Sally, who was only 38. It was so severe I thought I might go into shock. On a scale of 1 to 10, it was without doubt an 11. Have you ever had pain like that where you've gone into shock? I had that a couple of times. Burst appendix and dislocated shoulder. If you've dislocated something, you'll know where I'm coming from. And I know how you felt. Believe me. The worst pain ever. Managing to reach her phone, Sally called her husband immediately. He came home. Same time it took for her to slide herself down the stairs to the front hall. When Angie arrived, she pulled herself up to the front door and collapsed in pain. You need to call an ambulance before she was sick. It turns out she had stage 1 ovarian C. I don't like to say the word. Frightens the living daylights out of me, that word. Ovarian C. That was only spotted when her tumour ruptured. I wish I hadn't read this now, to be honest. Doctors said the action of twisting her body to get out of the bar pushed the tumour on her left ovary enough to make it rupture. My God. Oh, it's terrible, isn't it? Terrible. And it goes on. It goes on a bit. So there's something for me to worry about tonight now. I wish I'd never read the bleeding story. Dear. But you never know, I'm sure one or two of you have had a pain suddenly at some point. Evening to Peter Lake. Welcome along to the show, Peter. Hello to you, sir. Oh my God, it's 5 to 8. Gosh, it's 5 to 8. I thought it was still about like 20 to 8 or something like that. No. I think we're going to wrap up there now. Yeah. We're kind of out of time a little bit here, boys and girls. I'll do another couple of messages. Any more messages, nice and quickly, get them in there. Have I got any short videos coming up this week? There might be a DIY one. Yeah. Say nothing. Say nothing. Yeah. Good. Okay. Heidi's there. Hello, Heidi. Welcome along to the show, Heidi. Except we're going to finish there. Alrighty, we'll wrap it up there. Once again, gang, if you're new to the show, I hope you've enjoyed it today. It's not quite the same as you noticed from the short little videos I did, but it's something I tend to try and do this once a week, but I have found that often I do things on a Sunday night and then I can't do it. But we're here this week. Should be here for you next Sunday as well. Next Sunday's show will be coming to you from my caravan. You wouldn't know that by looking at it. You know, I've got a spare. It's only me in the caravan, so I do have a spare room there. And I've kind of done it out in this sort of style. It's a different backdrop up there. I can't remember what the backdrop is there at the moment. It was butterflies, but I've changed it. That actually exists, by the way. This is a piece of cloth on the wall. And if you're interested in buying something on that, I hate to tell you, it came from Temu, T-E-M-U. They're about 15 to 20 quid. They cover a whole back wall. There's lots of different designs. I've already got my Christmas ones ready, so you can get that sort of thing from Temu. Not that I'm getting any money from Temu or something like that. Hello to... Oh, you didn't send your name. Someone from... Jet from Canterbury. Oh, what a great name, Jet. What a great name. Jet, who says, first time watching. I just wanted to say I thoroughly enjoyed the show. Thank you. Thank you, Jet, and you're very kind there to send such a thing. All right, so I'll be off now. Don't forget, there's a premiere about to start at 8 o'clock on the Butler's Empire channel. If you don't know where that is, just go onto YouTube, type in Butler's Empire, it come up at the top there, and they've probably got some sort of holding video going around at the moment, and you'll get a countdown and here's start. It's not usually bang on 8 o'clock. It's usually about a minute or so, half a minute or so past 8 o'clock, but that's just because of the way the internet works. Okay, and I'll be doing something again tomorrow morning. There you go, 9 o'clock tomorrow morning on reachonair.com. Try it. If you don't like it, you don't like it. That's okay. It's not for everyone. The music tends to be dance music on there. Okay, it'll be dance music, except, of course, for the delightful Abba song. Thanks for joining me. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday night. Good night now.